I shared how I write and maintain my standard operating procedures or SOPs in an earlier video, so you can check that out here. So the next step is actually to go and schedule them, assign them, and then make sure that they get done. So that's what I'm going to cover in this video. Although I store my SOPs in Notion, I find that the recurring feature doesn't work that well. That's why I use Asana instead, with links back to the instructions in Notion. I'm currently here in my Asana account, and you can see that on the left-hand side, I've broken it down into various teams. I've done a previous video on how I break my property business down into various departments, so check out the video here to find out more. But as you can see, we've got strategy, sourcing, funding. So what I've done is I've actually created a project within sourcing here, and this is called Sourcing SOPs. So this is where I go and store the recurring tasks for each of my various standard operating procedures. So if I just go and open that one, and you can see that the way that I've organized it is I've broken it down into sections along the top based on how often these tasks repeat. So we've got daily, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, quarterly, annually, and then a couple of other ones at the end, which I'll show you in a minute. So all I've done is, for example, if we take this one, I've created a new task, which is the SOP, which is to prepare properties in Property Filter. So if I just go and open that one, and we can see that I've left the assignee and the due date blank. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But here's just a quick summary of what this task is about. And then I've got a link here to the actual instructions within Notion. I find that Asana is very good for tasks, Notion is good for storing information, for tracking it, etc. So I use the good parts of each tool. So if I just go and click on this one, find property numbers here, and here we've got the SOP that's now opened in Notion just from that link. We can see what it's all about, who's responsible, how often it happens, what the purpose is, the instructions, screenshots, etc. So this looks a lot better in Notion. It would be harder to do this in Asana. I don't think it works as well. So anyway, those are all of the instructions if people need to refer back to them. And then back in Asana, we've then got the various information around scheduling this. So let's say that I was responsible for this. So just under assignee, I'd click my name. Here we go, select that I'm responsible, and then I would go and select a due date. Now I've put the prefix here, W, just to let me know throughout Asana that this is a weekly task. And let's say that I'm going to do my sourcing activities every Tuesday. So let's just schedule it from next Tuesday, the 7th. So I'm going to just put that in, and then we need to go and say that this is recurring. So if I just go here below, we can see we've got this set to repeat. So I'm just going to click on that one, and here it's said weekly on a Tuesday, and you can see we've now got the circles for each of the weeks coming up. So just choose which day you want. So it could be a Friday, it could be both Tuesday and Friday if you wanted to do a couple of days a week. So just select the one that's right for you, the various options, and you can also select how often it repeats. And then select the day that you want it to start. So once that's all done, we'll just click off, and now we can see that we've got this recurring symbol here to let us know it repeats. And let me just show you what would happen. So if I was to go and mark this complete, so I'm just going to go and click mark complete. It then goes and shades it because we know that that task is now done, and then it goes and creates another one here to let us know that that is now the following weeks. And this is what works really well in Asana compared to Notion. Notion doesn't do this, so that's why I prefer to use Asana for this function. Also, just in here, a little bit of admin. So if I just go and click out of that, I have got a paused column. So this is for any tasks that perhaps I'm no longer doing at the moment, or I need to rewrite them, etc. But I don't want to lose them. And then I've also got a completed column here. So because we've just completed this one task, all I would do is I can either drag this or go and select it. So if I open it, we can then see here where it appears. So under sourcing SOPs, and I can then just go and move that to completed, and it will clear it out of the way. If you want to go and sort these things by different columns, then that's another option. It's entirely up to you. I just found that it was a good sort of easy way to keep tabs on the various tasks and their frequency. Then feel free to do something different. And that's about it. So the great benefits of Asana are that you can go and choose the frequency. It will create a recurring task. It's a lot easier to manage the assigning and the repeating part of them, but I also use Notion for the actual SOP content and how you go and run them. So it's a good sort of balance between the two. I hope you found that video useful. If you have, then please do go and give it a like. I would really appreciate it. There's another video here on how you can use Asana in your real estate business, so do go and check that out. But otherwise, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. See ya.